Hey y'all, and welcome to the Sprinkle Factory YouTube channel where we cover everything culinary. This is Chef Sprinkle and I'm back with another delicious recipe. Make sure you guys hit the subscribe button and join our Sprinkle Squad. Today, we will be making my Caribbean rice and peas recipe. Hopefully you caught the oxtail recipe posted right before this one, but the rice and peas go great with it and we're going to get right into it. The first thing that we're going to do is we're going to prepare all of our fresh ingredients, all of our veggies. So we're going to start with a medium onion, of course. We're just going to cut this into small pieces, you guys. It's going to cook down pretty well, so it doesn't have to be super tiny. And then after that, we're going to follow up with some fresh garlic cloves. We have 3 of them that we're just going to roughly chop, you guys. And then we're going to heat a big pot over medium-high heat for a few. We're going to put a tablespoon of salted butter and a tablespoon of oil. The reason why I'm adding both is because the butter has a tendency to burn and the oil is just going to make sure that the smoke point is increased a little bit. So then we're going to add in our onions. We are going to brown these onions, bring all of the beautiful flavor out of them. And then at the very end, for about 1 or 2 minutes, we're going to throw in the garlic so that this way the garlic doesn't burn because it does have a very bitter taste. Of course, we're going to hit it with some Just a Sprinkle all-purpose seasoning to make sure that we've seasoned each and every layer. Super delicious. This is going to be the only seasoning, believe it or not, that we are going to use in this entire recipe. Now, the next thing I want to go over with you guys is rinsing your rice. So we're going to do 2 cups of rice. This recipe is very easy to double if you want to make more rice. But what's going to happen is we're going to rinse the starch off this rice. We don't want the rice to be very mushy. We don't want it to come out pasty. So we want to make sure that we rinse all of the starch off of it. So do so until the water runs clear. Now I'm just doing it in the bowl just to show you guys, a little bit easier. But normally you would just go ahead and do this in the sink. Just like that, you want to rinse it and continue to rinse it until the water drains nice and clear. Make sure you do not skip this step. It's very important. So like I said earlier, we're just going to add the garlic in once the onions are cooked down a little bit because we want to just release the oils from the garlic. We don't necessarily want to brown it too much, okay? Now, after we do that, what we're going to add is we're going to add in our sprig of thyme, and we're going to add in our Scotch bonnet pepper, and we're going to release the oils from those for a few. So we're just going to cook them down, and then we're going to add the rice. As you guys saw, I also added 2 bay leaves. But what we're doing right now with the pepper, we don't want so much of the spice, which is why we put it in there whole, just to release the oils on the skin. We don't want too much of the spice, but we do want the flavor, so it is very important to put that in there as well. We're going to season again with the Just a Sprinkle. Make sure everything is nice and delicious. And then, of course, drain as much of the water out as you can. And we're going to put the 2 cups of rice in here, and we're going to toast it for a few minutes. So we're going to toast the rice just to make sure that we bring out that nice nutty flavor, which is going to contribute perfectly to the dish overall. Now, the next thing that I have, you guys, is a can of dark red kidney beans. Make sure you rinse those off, and then we're going to add them into the pot as well. The next thing that we're going to add is we're going to add in some chicken broth. It is best, you can use water. It's best to use chicken broth, of course, because it does add more flavor. Now, just keep in mind, if you want a drier rice, you can probably eliminate about a half a cup of the water, but it is totally up to you. So as you guys can see, it looks completely flavorful. It looks like a soup almost already, but trust me, this thing is packed with flavor. It's only going to get better as it cooks. So the next thing that we're going to add is pure cream coconut, you guys. I use mine normally in the bar form, as you saw with the oxtail video. If you wanted to, if you're not able to find this, because normally I go home to New York and load up on these. This is the only place that I can find them. But if you're not able to find them where you're located, then just use a can of coconut milk and eliminate a cup and a half of the liquid. So kind of substitute it and it will be just fine. So once I put this in, if you're able to find it, maybe check on Amazon too. You might be able to order it. But once this is all melted down, you guys, we are going to put a lid on this. We're going to let it cook. And believe it or not, that's it. This is a great time for you to taste the broth. If you need some more seasoning, don't be shy. Add it to your liking. Of course, we're going to bring it up to a boil. Make sure it's comes to a rolling boil. Then we're going to cut the heat down, and we are going to cook this bad boy for 20 minutes. After 20 minutes, you can check it. It should be totally done. But occasionally, as you guys see, just stir it. Make sure your rice isn't sticking to the bottom of the pot, which normally doesn't happen because you've incorporated the oil and the butter. But of course, maybe 5 minutes before the end of the cooking process, or honestly, once the Scotch bonnet pepper starts to get soft, because you don't want this to explode. If the pepper explodes, legit, your rice will be super, super spicy. So make sure you just keep an eye on that, you guys. If you don't mind the spice, then hey, go for it. But yeah, we're just going to, like I said, stir it occasionally. We're just going to put the lid back on, let it cook. Once the 20 minutes is over, you guys, take out the sprig of thyme, take out your bay leaves, fluff the rice up, all that good stuff. And literally, that is it. Serve it up. This is delicious. Freaking-licious with the oxtails that we made, you guys. It goes perfectly, the gravy over the rice. The flavors are somewhat similar, so it is super, super delicious. But that's it. Just fluff your rice up and serve it. Now, of course, in true Sprinkle Factory fashion, let us slow it down with a deserving slow-mo. And just like that, you guys have made Caribbean rice and peas. I love y'all so, so, so much. I hope your 2020 is going amazing so far. As my grandma will always say, you guys, this dish literally is finger licking time. Make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe, share with everyone that you know. As always, I'll see y'all next time.